conference organized by Google. It's called Responsible AI Summit, and it's the second day. First one was on the Google's office, and the second one is like the venue. I don't know how is it called, and I don't think I can share it, but it's somewhere in the Apple Card. Heading there, and I think I'm not the best at improvising and sharing stuff, like my thoughts on how was it going. I think I'm gonna structure it and film my first impressions, and not my first impressions really, but my thoughts on how was it, like my takeaways, and so things I think would be valuable to share with you. The main focus? I hope I will. My impressions and key takeaways from the Google conference, that's what I'm gonna do now. It's not really first impressions because it's been 1 month since I attended it, and it's gonna be something that stuck in my mind, something I found valuable, and still remember it. To be honest, it was like the first tech conference that I attended, so I can't compare with anything else. And I found out about the conference thanks to 42 School. In one of the newsletters, they shared that Google organizes like something for students on the topic of cybersecurity and AI. And I'm like, wow, I know nothing about it, but it's interesting. And I thought, like, why not? Because, sometimes you are too stuck in the same field of the software engineering. That's what I felt, and it's always interesting to learn what's in other domains, what's going on, and possibly who knows, maybe I will switch to cybersecurity, even though I will have to do a lot of studies. That's what I understood, my first key takeaway from the conference. But who knows? Or I've never played with ML models, and that's what I had after the conference, I had the desire to do it. Still it's been a month and I haven't downloaded anything, but that's something I put in my head, and I think I will do it at some point. And the key target audience, people who attended the conference, were students. It was organized for students, but I thought, why not? I know nothing about cybersecurity, so I'm like a student there. But the second day, though, it was a part of Responsible AI Summit. So there were students and other people, more I think leaders, managers. I can't think of any others. But I think I will dive into details, describing first day and second day. So on the first day, it was more practical. So we had workshops on cybersecurity, and the first thing was the career panel. It was inspiring. Google employees shared their stories, how they got into Google, or there were other person who were not working in Google there, but who made up their career in the research, cybersecurity researchers. It was interesting to hear, and at some point it was inspiring, but for me, I don't know, I didn't find it, wow, it's changed my life. But I think for people who were students, I talked to some 42 folks who have just started their path in 42, and they found it really valuable and interesting to share. Me, it was a little bit, I know many people who have made their career, and for me, it was not that inspiring, I think. But we had also some practical workshops. I think it was entry-level thing, so I registered for one which was about there was the guy, like the Google employee, Google engineer who works in the red team, who performs like sort of cybersecurity attacks within the company, so to prevent such a thing of like external hackers. It was like interesting what he exactly does, even though like they shared like on the high level, because they can't dive deep too much into the detail because of the confidential information. And we played a game, it's called Gandalf, where you have to hack the chatbot to give a password. And I was impressed, like some guys, they like even get into almost the last levels. I was like something in the 4th level. It was something new for me. I will actually publish all of the resources and useful links, materials in the description. I'm actually thinking of creating a Telegram channel. Well, I would like create a post and basically share some valuable information in the text format with useful links there. Whatever I'll do, everything will be in the description of this video and in the pinned comment, I think.
The buyer of a tree to things that could not have been done by them because they were relying on tools.
Please join me in welcoming Sonia.
The second day was more like blah, blah, blah stuff, how AI impacts the cybersecurity ecosystem, how should we treat AI in education, some other, ethical problems with AI. But yeah, it was more, I understand like why, because it was more focused for, industry managers, leaders, and we were just invited as a part of the audience to this conference, to the second day. But still, like, I think I got some takeaways, like Google projects, that they shared some Google projects which were open source that I've never, searched for if I haven't attended the conference. For example, Magica. Have you ever heard of it? Me not. It's open source, you can check it out. It's about scanning all of the files in terms of, any malicious stuff there. And I think one day I will have a look at it. It's open source, like, why not? And also like the networking after it, so you could chat with some other students or people who attended the conference, as well as Google engineers and other speakers of the conference. So I ended up chatting with the person who participated in the organization of the this conference. So that was like cool, and that was really inspiring because it's like 1-to-1 exchange. And I think, like it was, first of all, I hesitated, but then it goes and you ask questions, and it's really like valuable, I think. And overall, as I told you, it was my first time attending any conference at all. Please share your experience, like the conferences you attended. I think it was maybe less technical than it could be if I attended like the real tech conference, where people, engineers share their projects, news in the industry. But still, I think it's something that, even though like, yes, you spent a lot of time, and the presentation that people share, they are more general knowledge that you could have Googled, but you didn't, because sometimes we don't necessarily think of things to search and hear people within the topic of the conference, they share something that they are experts of, something that they find important, and you can decide whether it's important for you or not, whether to use this information, whether to dive deeper, or just, keep some things in mind.